What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Amateur TV for another video on the second channel for Amateur Hour. On this channel, I like to go through various NBA related topics, especially concerning the Toronto Raptors, and it's just a bunch of stuff that I don't have time to make videos for on my main channel, Amateur Sports, with over 10,000 subscribers now. Make sure you're subscribed there. On this channel, we just go through those additional topics. So I have so much on my mind that I want to document and broadcast to an audience just like yourself. So if you find yourself enjoying this video along the way, please be sure to drop a like to support the channel and make sure you are subscribed to this one as well. We're on a road to 1,000 subscribers. Can't wait to hit that milestone on the second channel as well. You can help us get there. I promise to keep you entertained all throughout the offseason with the content on here as well. But as you saw from the title and the thumbnail, this video is about Goran Dragic. A little bit overdue here, long overdue. I wanted to talk about this, but there were just more important things to talk about in the NBA. There's a lot more important things going on for the Raptors than, a washed-up point guard who didn't really have an effect on the Raptors last season, because Goran Dragic, of course, was involved in that Kyle Lowry sign and trade. The Raptors wanted Precious Achiuwa. The Miami Heat wanted Kyle Lowry, and Goran Dragic was kind of discarded as some salary filler in that trade. The Miami Heat were very much looking to replace Goran Dragic because they had aspirations to win a championship. Goran Dragic is not good enough to help them do that. And then it was just a disaster. He came to the Raptors. He said he had higher ambitions than the Raptors. So Raptors fans were like, well, we didn't want you anyway, bro. You don't want to play here. We don't want you to play here either. Only ended up suiting up 5 times for the Raptors before inevitably moving on at the trade deadline. And trade that kind of worked out in the end. The Raptors did give away that first round pick, but they got Thaddeus Young and Christian Koloko, the pick that got Christian Koloko in return. And Thaddeus Young just re-signed for a couple more years. So that trade's looking a lot better for the Raptors. And we got rid of the toxicity of Goran Dragic. So Goran Dragic, who had those higher ambitions than the Raptors, now had the ability to sign for any team that he wanted. So he decided to sign for the Brooklyn Nets. And the Brooklyn Nets, higher ambitions. Brooklyn Nets, they finished below the Raptors in the standings in the Eastern Conference. And they also got swept in the first round. Now, Raptors, of course, also lost in the first round, but Goran Dragic chose his team and then got swept in the first round. And, judging by his statistics, they really could have used a good point guard here. Brooklyn were, they had some injuries, of course, but they probably could have used maybe a better backup point guard than Kyrie Irving to help their team along the way, because Kyrie was great in the playoffs. From what I saw from him, he was great. And, it would have been nice to have a little bit more rest. Goran Dragic got a ton of minutes, but only managed to put up 7 points per game on some pretty atrocious shooting from the field as well. So, I don't know. That was a little bit strange for the Brooklyn Nets to want a player like that. And Goran Dragic, higher ambitions, clearly not. But this is where it all kind of derailed. Raptors fans, it was pretty funny, higher ambitions, and look at this guy now. But ultimately, once Goran Dragic got traded, we're like, all right, that was kind of annoying. That was a bit toxic, but at least it's over with. But Goran Dragic actually did not have enough. He wanted to go in further on the Raptors. He claimed he was a professional, by the way. But after the Raptors got eliminated, he tweeted this. Pretty safe to say this is in reference to the Raptors. I love this reply as well, because, yeah, you're tweeting this after your team, who had already been eliminated, got swept, and you also finished below the Raptors. And then Raptors fans, of course, had a field day with this tweet, and rightfully so. So out of pocket. You finished below the Raptors, and you got swept, and you chose your team after saying you have higher ambitions. And so after Raptors fan went on him, he posted this instead, a picture of Goran Dragic with a trophy here. Raptors, by the way, made fun of him a lot for not having an NBA championship. And I love what Blake Murphy said here. The Raptors, it is true. The Raptors did not win the 2017 FIBA Eurobasket tournament, but Goran Dragic was flexing that. I would prefer to flex an NBA championship, but Goran Dragic doesn't have one of those, and it doesn't seem like he is ever going to win one of those either. That's just kind of the reality of it. Goran Dragic, probably not a lot of teams that were worried about signing him, but the Chicago Bulls ended up throwing him $2.9 million for a 1-year deal. The Bulls also, by the way, finished below the Raptors last season. The Bulls also had a worse playoff performance than the Raptors. So I don't know. It seems like the Raptors are probably a great destination for Goran Dragic. The Raptors needed a backup point guard. Goran Dragic wanted to have a good chance to win an NBA championship at some point in his career, but it just doesn't seem like that is going to be forthcoming for the player. I'm sure it's going to be regrettable that he wasn't able to win one. He does have that one All-Star appearance, which I guess is impressive. And, of course, he has had a decent NBA career. I mean, he's been a good point guard. He's just not that anymore, and he's not going to be able to sign for a team that, is going to be able to help him get a championship. So unless he ring chases and, he gets bought out somewhere and he just goes to a team where he's not going to get any play time whatsoever, he is not going to win an NBA championship at any point in his career. Now, obviously, this is a hate piece that I've just given you about Goran Dragic because I would say mostly because I would say those tweets when we got eliminated were like, who are you to be talking like that? Like, who are you to be talking like that? And if you think it's petty for me to engage in this, just imagine an NBA player engaging with fans on Twitter in the manner that he did. And as far as, maybe you're watching this video thinking, wow, this guy lives rent free. You're talking about this like so long after the fact. I mean, first of all, this is amateur TV. This video will take me about 20 minutes altogether to get like the tabs open for, to record, and then to post on YouTube. It'll take me about 20 minutes altogether. That's not a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. Second of all, my livelihood is creating content. In fact, a quarter of my livelihood is through YouTube content. So, this is kind of my job to also talk about these things. So as far as, Goran Dragic living rent-free, which I'm assuming some people are probably going to think about when they're watching this video, I mean, not really. It's just kind of funny. It's just hilarious to me that Goran Dragic is out here talking all this shit from a position of somebody who does not have an NBA championship and is never going to have an NBA championship either. And I'm sitting here in my basement, in my office chair, also without an NBA championship, nor will I ever win an NBA championship. But, I'm not out here talking all that shit about a franchise like Goran Dragic. And Goran Dragic started this. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm in a position where I'm able to discuss something like this. And I'm sure anybody would agree. I mean, there's a lot of analysts out there who don't play basketball. And, I don't agree with the notion that you can't talk unless, you've been there and you've won a championship. So if an analyst has not won an NBA championship, they cannot talk about NBA championships. It doesn't make any sense to me. If I go to a restaurant and my food sucks, I'm not a chef, but I can tell whoever made that food, hey, that food sucks, right? Maybe not quite the exact same thing, but I hope you understand my point there. What this video is just designed for, I just like to hate on Goran Dragic. And I wanted to produce a video where I just hated on Goran Dragic. I just wanted to remind any viewer out there that he is never going to win an NBA championship. As much as he's going to try, he's always, I don't even think he's ever going to come close. He had one decent opportunity where, granted, he got injured. But Miami were always going to lose to that LA Lakers team in the bubble. They were always going to lose that. So as far as what's next for him, he's going to go to the Chicago Bulls, who weren't that serious last season other than like their hot start to the season. I don't imagine they're going to get much better this season. I don't imagine they're going to be in any sort of contention whatsoever to win a championship. So I struggle to see him remaining in the NBA for very much longer. And I struggle a lot more to see him actually get in that ring that he so desperately desires. But hey, he's got those high ambitions. We'll see if he can ever fulfill those ambitions. But that is it from today on Amateur TV. Man, I think I went a little too far, but it's okay. We're still going to upload this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please drop a like if you enjoyed. Goes a long way to supporting the channel. And be sure to subscribe to Amateur TV for probably better videos than this most of the time. But I did have my fun producing this one. So hope to see you guys next time with the next video. And thank you so much for watching Amateur Hour TV. Oh yeah, make sure you subscribe to my main channel, Amateur Sports, as well, for 3 Raptors videos a week. Just hit 10,000 subscribers there. Super excited about that, but more on the way in the future.